So what's up guys, my name is Juicyy and I'm back with the second Infinite Warfare video here today. Earlier on I did a cover of the NV4 BLACKCAT where I just talked about the gun and why it's helpful and how it can actually help you a lot. And now I'm going to be doing the best class setup, which I also mentioned in that video. So first, getting into it, the NV4 BLACKCAT is an amazing weapon, okay? It gives you the ability, it grants you dead silence while airborne or wall running, which pretty much means when you're boosting in the air, your thrusters make no sound, nor do your feet or whatever when you're wall running, which is really helpful. The reason that I find this really helpful and a really good variant is because if you're going on streaks and you need to be hidden a little bit and you're getting behind enemy lines or something like that, getting their spawn, they won't hear you at all and it'll just be like you have dead silence, but you won't. It's really crazy. I know it's like obviously self-explanatory, but I just wanted to go more in depth about it and talk to you guys why I think it's really helpful. Now, when I first saw this variant, I didn't think it was that great because I was just like, oh wow, it gives you dead silence and increased damage range. But that is really helpful if you're on a streak and you just need to stay low key for a bit. It really helps. Just go up on top of the buildings, wall run and just chill for a bit. But anyway, getting into the NV4 best class setup for the BLACKCAT, I'm going to be running ELO. Now, this class setup is going to be a weird one because there's a few attachments that I would swap out and use differently. You can use ELO if you want. Originally I didn't really like the NV4 sight, but I've grown to like it. So ELO against the iron sight is a bit of a personal preference, but I would never run any of the other reticles or sights or optics. I wouldn't want to run reflex or anything like that because I don't really like them. ELO is just a really good sight, honestly. Everyone uses ELO and it's because it's good. You can use so many good reticles with it and it's just amazing to use. So the first attachment I'm going to running for the NV4 BLACKCAT is ELO. Now this is going to be a bit of a weird class setup because there's a lot of attachments that I'll be swapping out and be using for others. But I didn't like the NV4 iron sight at first, but then I did grow to like it. So for me, ELO and the iron sight is something I switch between and maybe swap out for another attachment. But yeah, I just enjoy using ELO or the iron sight. I can't really say anything about that. They're both good things to use, but if you do not enjoy using the iron sight, I would definitely recommend going for ELO. And if you have the blood splatter reticle, if you've gone to level 22 on Blood Anvil, make sure you use it. I just unlocked it now and I used it on the K-bar. Instant beast, man. It melts so fast using the blood splatter reticle, and I will do a video tomorrow covering it and just talking about how it's an easier way instead of getting the blue dot reticle, which I don't even know how to get. And then moving on to the next attachment, I'm going to be using quick draw. Now I use quick draw in pretty much every class. It's just good to have your sights down as quick as possible. You know, if you're in a really hectic gunfight, even if it's long range, having your sights down as quick as possible is really helpful, and I would recommend it for this class setup and really anything that you use. Obviously snipers as well, SMGs, LMGs, shotguns you don't need so much because you use hip fire with them. But yeah, honestly man, having quick draw as an attachment for any class setup is really helpful. Now getting on to the next attachment, I'm going to be running foregrip, and this is the attachment you could swap out for extended mags, whichever you prefer. I'm not too sure, but if you do have foregrip on any of the NV4 variants, the accuracy bar will be 100% full. I'll put a stat image up on screen here because I just really want you guys to see how overpowered it is, man. Honestly, if you add foregrip to the NV4, any NV4 variant, even the basic one, it'll have totally no recoil and the accuracy bar is all the way to the end. So yeah, if you want to swap that out for extended mags, yeah, that again is personal preference. If you want those extra 12 bullets or however much it is over more accuracy, that's fine, but I prefer the foregrip. Then the next attachment we're going to be talking about is suppressor. This is the last attachment for this class setup. Now suppressor just goes with this gun really well. Obviously you get dead silence with this gun as a feature. You have dead silence while you're boosting in the air, so your thrusters make no noise, and then when you are wall running you get dead silence as well, which is really crazy. So this is quite a stealthy class setup, and yeah, there's not much to say about suppressor. Now going on to the perks, I'm going to be using dexterity for the faster reload, which I kind of just realized you don't need it as much with the NV4. The NV4 has quite a good reload time without it, so if you do want to add extended mags, take off dexterity and put on ghost. That would be really good for the class setup. But the most important one would definitely be blind eye. When I get into games that have people get wardens, vultures, have those little mini remote turrets, and the hardened sentries, the shock sentries, Blind Eye keeps you hidden from all of that. You can't get shot down by the remote turret, the warden, or the shock sentry, or anything like that, or the vulture, which is really helpful for your team, because if you're near the person that has the vulture, you kill them and you can just destroy the vulture right there and then, because you're totally invisible to it, and it's really insane. And then the last perk is going to be Scavenger, because obviously I go on streaks quite a lot on this game. I drop my wardens, you know, nearly every game, not to boast myself and be boastful, but you know I do. That's just me, and Scavenger really helps. So that's 2 perks in slot 1 and 1 perk in slot 2. That's pretty much the breakdown of the class setup. So that's Elo, Suppressor, Quick Draw, and Foregrip or Extended Mags, and then Ghost, Blind Eye, well, Dexterity, Blind Eye, or Ghost, and Blind Eye, and then Scavenger. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this NV4 Black Cat class setup, and if you did, please smash a like on it, subscribe to the channel with notifications on if you haven't already. I will leave a link to my best class setup playlist in the description where you can find all of the class setups that I've done. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and I'm out.